How's it going, guys? Moonman0 here, and I know what you're thinking. I said I was done with this series, and I am. And as you can see from the title, I'm going to try my best, since I've thoroughly beaten the game now, to give you some tips to help you through the game that would have helped me as I started. There may be some spoilers towards the end when it comes to legendary Pokemon, but we'll go from simple tips to more difficult ones, including what all the recipes are for every Pokemon. And I'll try to leave some timestamps down there for recipes and other things like that. But as we start here, as we can see, a simple tip that people generally don't know until they're halfway through the game or more is, as you can see right beside first steep, there is a circle. And in that circle there's all the colors and a wheel. And what that actually tells you is what materials you will find while you're in there. You know, so your mushrooms, your berries, your nectar, or I mean your honey, or your nuts, your fossils. You can see everything what you want. So later down the line when you're farming for specific mons, and you can see the difference in like, oh, well, I need honey. Well, down here there's a huge yellow bar, means there's a much higher chance of you getting large quantities of honey. So that's a simple tip that some people just either overlook or never even figure out. Also, something you should look for and try to do every day is obviously get your PM tickets, because some people may overlook decorations. Decorations are very helpful. Like this gives you double the drops of red items, which is very helpful for making wands. I still don't have all of them, but they're really handy. There's ones that help with training, which later on down the line helps a lot, times 2 the amount of training with 0.5 times more training. And I'm pretty sure they're multiplicative, so it really helps when you have both of them. The ones you don't really have to worry about when you're doing things like this is the recycling, which I think I have one. Yeah, the extra recycling materials. I mean, you're going to recycle a lot, but it's not going to help that much. It's not a big deal. Everything else, though, is pretty handy, especially the Mewtwo arc and the Pikachu and the Eevee one. These two you get from buying the DLC, basically. They give you more battery life. And on the talk of buying the DLC, I think it's very worth to get the additional content. It's like $30, and if you plan on playing the game a lot, it helps you a lot. Because some people wonder, well, how do I get those extra pots that everybody seems to have if I talk to them? Like, I have 4 pots, as you can see. You get that from getting the additional content, plus it also gives you these decorations here, these Pokeballs, the Master Ball, the Great Ball, all them, which give you more PM tickets per day, and they look kind of nice sitting there, all flipping. Plus you get extra experience from the Lapras, you get all kinds of extra stuff. Just a whole bunch of useful stuff that helps your game feel more enjoyable as you play it, and I don't think it's really asking too much for the game. It's $30, that is kind of a lot. It should be probably $20, but I think it's 100% worth, to be honest, when you're actually going to play this game for long periods of time, so I would recommend getting it. I was going to tell you about squads in your team when you get towards the end game, because a lot of people have issues pushing the final part of the game. Now there's a lot of people that, and I kind of did it myself, is they use a Machamp or something with bulk up. I used a Mewtwo. It has bulk up with 3 slots that share with the team. It's almost essential for the last area you do this, because it gives you huge damage numbers and it gives you much more damage resistance, so you don't get knocked out as much. The other squad isn't as necessary, but because you can switch, like I have 2 Machamps. In my opinion, they're my favorite ones to use in this game for hard levels. However, there's plenty of other Pokemon that have hard-hitting moves like them. So this is my not throwaway Machamp. This is my main Machamp I use throughout the game, but it's not perfect. I'd rather have a Machamp without bulk up, because really he doesn't need it since Mewtwo has it, and I just have his to make it stronger. So it's better for him. But then he also has Mega Punch, which does huge numbers of damage. You always want your mon, towards the end game, you want a mon with a huge numbered attack. And what I mean by huge numbers, we'll go here. Mega Punch hits way harder than most moves. The attack base is 561, which If you haven't seen any other moves yet, I'll show you here in a second. That is a huge number, like just enormous. Like general moves are like 130 to 200. Let's see what this Tentacruel has, level 96. Its attack's probably gonna be like a Sludge Bomb or... Oh no, it has Whirlpool and... Okay, so Bubble, 68 damage, garbage move. Whirlpool, 94 damage, much worse move. I mean, Mega Punch just hits exceptionally hard. But, other than that, our other Machamp we have on the team, this is what you need on your team. You don't need a Machamp per se, but for the boss rounds on later missions, you really need a Mon that has one move, one very powerful move. There's many other ones. And you need 3 Whack Whack Stones. If you don't want to use Whack Whack Stones, I guess you don't have to, but it's going to be a lot harder for you. At first I didn't like the Whack Whack Stones because it does leave your Mon very open to attack, because what happens with Whack Whack Stones is it makes your cooldown much longer, but for the instance they do damage, they will use the move. Since I have 3 Whack Whack Stones, it will use the move 4 times. It's like having the move there 4 times and they use it at once. The downside is they can miss and then it takes a long time to recharge, but it's worth for especially boss rounds because it just shreds a boss with a heavy move. Just shreds it, and you really need it for those high rounds. The little minions really aren't your problem unless they're exploding on you, so you just want to have as much power as possible. Now, if you're wondering what other moves you could use instead of Machamp's Mega Punch, or what other Mons you could use in general, I don't know all of the moves, but there is Crunch from Rhydon, which I don't have a Rhydon, I have a Rhyhorn somewhere. But Rhydon's Crunch is very powerful. Nidoking's Mega Horn is very powerful. It's a very good move if you're looking for that. Also, I think Rhydon can also learn Mega Horn. And if you're looking for other Mons with things like Mega Punch, there is Kangaskhan, I'm pretty sure can learn it. Chansey can learn it. Wigglytuff can learn it. There was another Mon I was thinking of. There's a couple other moves that are decent. Waterfall's not bad. I tried that for a while with Blastoise. It didn't put out quite as much DPS as I'd like, so I removed it. But if you want to try it, go ahead. There's also High Jump Kick from Hitmonlee. The only problem is High Jump Kick has recoil, so you have to make sure they have enough hit heal as they hit things that they would just heal out of that, which isn't really a big deal when you hit really hard. It still doesn't hit quite as hard as Mega Punch though, so you'd have to weigh your odds. If you had a Hitmonlee with a lot of fighting type moves, then fighting type move damage bonus, then it would really work. But that's really it for like the in-game squad. Of course, have fun, do whatever you want. There's a lot of Pokemon, a lot of different moves. Maybe you'll find a different comp that works fantastic for a later game. But these are the one. If you're really struggling, these are the kind of comps you want. You want to go through real quick again. You want... Where the hell is my Mewtwo? There he is. Okay. So you're going to want a bulk up with 3 slots. Boost your whole team. Fantastic damage bonus. Fantastic defense bonus. You'll survive a lot better that way. You can use a Machamp instead of a Mewtwo, and if you don't have a Mewtwo with this, because it's really hard to re-roll moves on legendaries, especially if you just can't get it a couple times, it makes it really hard to roll. But Machamp will work. It's not as bulky and doesn't hit quite as hard auto attacks. That's why it's so good to have Mewtwo, because Mewtwo can hit for over 10k, 12k, just auto attacks. It's really good. But in general, that's really what you need. I've tried, as you can see, I have a lot of 90s here. Most of these I've actually tried and leveled up, and I've seen if I can use different moves. This doesn't work. There's also Hyper Beam if you really wanted to use it, but it's got a long wait, so it's really hard to whack it. Really, this is just the best setup you could probably do. Now, on from that, let's go check out some recipes, shall we? Because a lot of people ask about recipes. It's kind of hard to find recipes. There's other people that have shown recipes, but I thought I'd go ahead and just show them with what I've got. I don't know all the recipes. I mean, I know all the recipes, but I don't know all the combinations of the recipes. But I will be showing you basically an easy version of the recipe, and I will be showing you a better version, one that will give you a very good or a special. So, we'll just start from the top. We'll start with Mulligan Stew. You can make that with all kinds of stuff. If you just throw in a blueberry, a nut, a fossil, and stuff, you're gonna get a mulligan. You just mix a bunch of stuff together. But if you want a special mulligan, which can get you all kinds of stuff, I mean, mulligan can literally get you any Pokemon, I think, except a legendary, because I've gotten just crazy stuff. Hitmonlee, all that stuff. You just put, for a special, you'll put 2 bombs and 3 ices. So that ain't no big deal, right? That's nothing. That'll give you special Mulligan. That's not too bad. So, but if you're not looking for Mulligan, we go to our next one we got up here, which is red. Red's really easy also. You just throw a bunch of red in there, a bunch of tiny mushrooms, or a bunch of big roots, that's fine. But if you want the special one, all big roots, you can do any combination between these to get a red. But if you just do all big roots, then you've got a special. Now, if we move on to the next one, that's all there is to it. And reds will get you, sometimes Vulpixes, it'll get you just lots of things. It's pretty simple. Anything red you can think of, it can get you. Then we move down to our blue stew, same concept. All the beginning ones are pretty simple. You just color code it, and any combination of blue. However, if you want a special one, all icy rocks, that'll get you a special blue soda. That can get you Squirtles, Poliwags, just all kinds of stuff. It can even get you, well, I can't get you Gyarados, but it can get you a bunch of blue stuff. We'll move our way to the next one. We got our yellow curry, same thing. Combinations of these, all honeys, that'll get you a special one. Any way you want to do it. To the next one, we got our great porridge. That'll get you Rhyhorns, Geodudes, all that stuff. It's the same combinations of either of these. You can put all fossils in there. You can put all bombs. You can put a combination of both. However, all bomb mushrooms will get you a special version of the great porridge. Now, moving to the more difficult ones, we have the mouthwatering dip a la cube. That will actually be 2 small mushrooms. So we'll get 2 mushrooms in here, and then we'd have 2 berries, and that will actually get you a mouthwatering dip. However, if you want a special mouthwatering dip, it would be best to do 2 blues and 1 icy, and then 2 honeys. Honey is a very needed resource for specials. As you can see, out of all these crazy materials I have, that is what I have by far the least amount of, because you need them for so many special recipes. Sometimes you just need them for recipes in general. So that's our mouthwatering. And now we'll go to our next one, which is our plain crepe a la cube. Our plain crepes are going to be just our, it's going to be 3 berries. So we're going to need 3 berries in here and 2 fossils. And that'll be your basic plain crepe a la cube. If you want a special a la cube, that will be 3 honeys. Let me grab this out of here. Got our 3 honeys here. And we'll have 2 bombs right beside it. That will be your special plain crepe, which can get you Eevee, which no other thing can get except a special Mulligan, and like I think a special red can get you an Eevee. But if you want Eevees, that's the best way to go with it. Plain crepes can also get you your Tauroses, your Kangaskhan, stuff like that. Alright, so we'll go to our next one. This is our Sludge Soup, our poison one. This one's going to take you, for your base one, 2 bombs and 2 reds, like 2 mushrooms. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Did I say 2 and 2? I meant it's going to take 2 bombs and 3 mushrooms. That'll be your base poison. So if you're looking for poison types, Ghastly's in there, stuff like that. It's right there. I wouldn't say this is a special version of it, but it is a better version of it. Is 3 bombs and 2 mushrooms. So, you know, you get 3 of them and then 2 of those. That'll get you a better version of it. I'm not really sure what the special typing of the Sludge Soup is. Alright, our next one is our Mud Pie a la cube. And our Mud Pie a la cube will be 3 mushrooms. And that'll also be 2 fossils. That'll get us our base version of the Mud Pie. So if you're looking for Mud Pie, that can get us ground types. It'll mix a lot with rock types and the gray porridge. They're very, very mixed together. So it's hard, but you can get Diglets, which a lot of them can get. Obviously you can get some Geodudes still from it. You can get, even though the rock types, you tend to get a bunch of overlapping stuff with these. If you want the special Mud Pie, that will be 3 honeys, 2 icy rocks. We got our 3 honeys here, 2 icy rocks. Looking good. That's what you get your special mud pies for. There's also a second special mud pie, which is actually easier in my opinion if you want to save some honeys. That is 3 big roots and 2 icy rocks. So if you want to do that, that's my favorite way to do the mud pie one. It's just a lot cheaper, I think, because the honeys are so expensive. Moving our way up, we are going to the Veggie Smoothie. This is for Bulbasaur, grass types like Weeping Bell, stuff like that. They'll be in here. You want your 3 big roots, 1 bomb, and 1 nut. So 3 big roots, 1 bomb, and 1 apricorn, and that'll get you a veggie smoothie. However, if you just want a special one, I think it's just 3 big roots and 2 apricorns, I think, right? Yeah, I think it's 2 of these and 3 big roots, and that'll get you your special veggie smoothie. And now we'll move on to our honey. And, you know, I might have been wrong on the veggie. It could be switched, but I'm pretty sure I got it in the right order there. I have to think off the top of my head there. Let's see, what do we got here? We got our honey. So this will get your bug types. It'll get you your Scythers, Pincers, Paris, if you really want Paris. All that good stuff. It'll get your Tangela, I think, also can come in here, even though it's not a bug type, which is weird. So it's going to take you 3 honeys, 2 berries. So we'll get our 3 honeys in here. And 2 berries, and that's actually not your special, which is crazy because it still takes 3 honey. But I guess your special also takes 3 honey. It'll take 3 honey, 1 icy, and 1 berry. That'll get you a better chance of getting Scythers, Pincers, but it's never a guarantee. All these pots really aren't a guarantee. Even if you get a special one, you could still get the same old stuff. I do it all the time when I'm doing the fighting type soup. Doing the special one, I still get Machops constantly, which is really what I needed it anyway. But it's just there's specific Pokemon that just have much larger drop rates than others, no matter how good your soup is. So the next one will be our Brain Food on the cube, which is a very good one. I'm not really sure if I remember the special one. Maybe I do, but yeah, I know it. But the Brain Food one, it helps a lot of other people because a lot of people like Alakazam. Alakazam's pretty strong. I wouldn't say he's fantastic for the very end game, but he's okay. However, he's very helpful for towards the end of the map because you need psychic types to give you a boost. Anyway, let's get into it. The Brain Food is a very simple one. For a special one, for a regular one, it's 3 berries and 2 apricorns. Very simple, easy to make. It's super handy because you get Abras all the time, no matter what, even if you're not making a special one. So I recommend usually using this one all the time, unless you just really want to push that special one. So if you're going to make a special one, it's going to take you 2 berries, 1 honey, if I can hit it, and 2 apricorns. So it's basically the same. It's not really, I think it's just better to go with the first version because you don't need to waste the honey on it. You really don't. But there's that. We'll go on our way to the next one, which is the Stone Soup a la cube. Another easy overlapping one here. The good thing about the Stone Soup is I'm pretty sure it'll get you your fossil Pokemon, Aerodactyl, Amistar, or Ammonite, and Kabuto. So for that, you're going to need 3 fossils and 2 apricorns. As you can see, you use yellow stuff for a lot of materials, but you get apricorns a lot. So if you can use apricorns in substitute of honey, it helps a lot for making stuff. And that'll be your Stone Soup right there. If you want a special Stone Soup, it's going to take you 3 icy rocks, and then it will take you 1 fossil and 1 apricorn. If you have that, that'll get your special Stone Soup, higher chances for your fossil Pokemon. That'll also still get you your Onyxes, your Rhyhorns, your Geodudes, all that stuff. Alright, moving to the next one, we've got our Light as Air Casserole, which is your flying type Pokemon. That'll get you your Spearows, your Farfetch, your Scythers are in it. A bunch of overlapping stuff will get your Aerodactyls are in it. So that's going to take 3 fossils and 2 big roots. And just put them up here so you guys can see them. I didn't do it at the beginning, and I was thinking that's probably not a good idea. I'd like you to get a visual representation of what it looks like. That's what we got. We got our Light as Air Casserole right there. If you want to make it, if you want a special Light as Air Casserole, it's pretty easy. You just get 3 icy blocks or icy rocks, and then you get 2 roots in there, and that is your special Light as Air. That's really cheap considering it's a special version, so I usually do that if I'm getting Light as Air. Alright, making our way towards the end here, we have got our Hot Pot a la cube for our red types, or I mean our fire types. I mean, I've accidentally made this one so many times, it's ridiculous. You are going to need 3 mushrooms and 2 berries. This is your base version of the Hot Pot a la cube. Very easy to make if you want your fire types like Vulpix, Magmar, Charmander. You aren't probably going to get your Magmar very often, but this is what you want for it. So take that away. If you want a special hot pot, you're going to need 3 mushrooms and 2 honey. It's not much different, but it does cost you some honey. That'll get your special hot pot. Now, upward to 16, we've got our Watt Risotto, which is our electric types, Pikachu, Electabuzz. You're not going to get a Zapdos, but you'll get Electabuzz or Voltorb, stuff like that, Magnemite. You're going to get Magnemite a lot out of it. So for your Water Risotto, you're going to need 2 mushrooms, 2 honey, and an apricorn. That'll get your Water Risotto. It's pretty expensive. That's not even your special one. If you want a special one, we will be moving to 2 honeys, 1 root, and a bomb, and an apricorn. So much more expensive. A lot of your big items, a lot of your rare stuff. So it might not be good to use at the beginning. Plus, a lot of the electric types aren't that powerful out of this. However, if you're trying to collect, those are your electric type cubes. And there's your special one. That'll be much easier to get your Electabuzz. Moving on to second to last, we've got our Get Swole Syrup, one of my favorites because I love me some Machamp. This one's going to take you 2 berries, 1 honey, and 2 mushroom. That'll be your base version of the Get Swole Soup. This will also get your Hitmonchans, Hitmonlees. They're all very good out of it, to be honest. If you want your special Get Swole, though, you're going to need, it's not a whole lot different. You're going to need 2 berries, 1 honey, a bomb, and a mushroom. That will get you your special Get Swole Soup right there. And then, last but not least, we will bring our way to the final and, spoiler warning, legendary Pokemons, Ambrosia of Legends. Alright, so we've got our Ambrosia of Legends here. There's actually several ways you can do this. I do not have enough here to show you, but you have your shells, obviously, down here. You're going to need, if you want Mewtwo specifically, or Mew, you can get 5 slots of shells. If you fill all of this up with 5 shells, it will give you a Mewtwo or a Mew. Just, that's how it works. If you want any legendary, like the legendary birds, you put 3 shells in, and then 2 random big materials, one of these rare ones. That will give you a random legendary bird. It may still also have a chance of giving you Mewtwo and stuff. However, there's a couple ways to get around this so you don't use as many shells, which is very important because they're very rare. No matter how you grind, where you grind, they're not guaranteed. You only get them at the very end of the game, and you get them at Happenstance Island. The higher you up in Happenstance Island, the more you will get, the higher chance. However, since they're so rare and hard to come by, you can there's 2 different methods you can use. You can use one shell and one rainbow, and then 3 big ones. Doesn't matter which, any combination. It doesn't matter if you do 3 reds for Moltres, 2 for Articuno, and 3 for Zapdos. It doesn't matter. That won't give you a specific. You just need to put 3 of these in there with a rainbow and a shell, and that will give you a legendary. It doesn't give you a specific legendary. It can give you any of the legendaries. Just put that in, it'll give you legendaries. Or if for some reason you're running low on all these, but since you've been grinding up the shells, you've got a decent bit of these and you don't use them for anything else, the rainbows, you can use 1 shell, and then the rest can just be rainbow. So you can use 1 shell and then 4 rainbows, and that will give you a legendary, or Ambrosia of Legends. And that'll also give you just any legendary, doesn't matter which. You saw, if you watched any of my videos at the end, I used that specific recipe when I first made legendaries, and that's how I got them. Also got me a shiny Articuno the first time I did that. But that is all of our wonderful combinations of things. And I think that, oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys, because a lot of people don't seem to know it. It is kind of hidden. Those were all of our other cubes for your Pokemon and whatnot. We also have I wanted to show you how to evolve Eevee. A lot of people don't know how to evolve Eevee, actually. He just evolves from level up. So as you're going, you might have picked Eevee, in fact, and leveled him up past 36 and been like, well, he turned into whatever I got. Flareon, Jolteon, any of that. Well, there's a specific actual reason they evolve. There's no stones or anything in this one. It's not because of their color and where they're at on your team. It's not because of their bingo bonuses. It's actually because of their power charm placements. So this Eevee right here, we're going to show, and it's going to turn into a Jolteon. The reason it's going to turn into a Jolteon is because Jolteon is actually based, well, all of them are based off Power Charm placement, and Jolteon is based off being almost even with attack and HP. When you get past 36, it will turn into a Jolteon if it's similar. And it's the same with the other two evolutions, which I'm going to show you. However, with the Vaporeon, it needs more health, and with Flareon, it needs more attack. So, let's go ahead and train up these Eevees and prove that I'm right here, just to show you that this is how you actually do it. We will go to training. We will go to our Eevee here. Where is our Eevee? Oh, he's on the other page. Alright. Throw him right here. And we will go back page. Give him this, feed him this wonderful level 98 Farfetch. And level 96. And he should evolve. Watch me be completely wrong and it not work. Alright, we'll get him to 96 here. Alright, Eevee is evolving. Alright, now he should turn into a Jolteon. He's very close in attack and defense. There we go, we got ourselves a Jolteon. Look at that. Fantastic. Alright, congratulations, you got a Jolteon. Sweet. I'm curious what his bingo bonus is, to be honest. But before we go check those out, let's go ahead and go to our next Eevee, which is level 73, I think. Yep. Alright, so we'll throw this Eevee in here. And what was I going to level you up with? Was it this Geodude? Was that enough? Nope, that's not enough. What was it? I had some fodder for you, not the Ditto. The Ditto is the only Ditto I got. Here we go. Throw you this Porygon. Actually, do we even need the Porygon? Oh no, I was going to give you the Meowth. That's what it was. Alright, feed you a Meowth. Alright, so this Eevee right here, I'm pretty sure is our Vaporeon. Or is it our Flareon? It's probably our Flareon now that I'm thinking about it. We'll see here in a second. We'll evolve him, then I'll show you. You'll see his deck right here. Okay, no, he's our Flareon. So, here we go. Eevee is evolving. And there's our Flareon. What do you know? That's how you get Eevee's Flareon evolution. So now we go to our final Eevee, which is our lowest level. Way back here, level 11, I think. Where are you at? Where are you at, Eevee? Oh no, I made him, he's like 35, that's what he is. Where's he at? 32, okay, cool. Throw him up here, and we'll feed him this right here, and this right here. And now he should evolve at 36, because that's his actual evolution level. And he's got much more health, as you can see, than damage. So he should turn into a Vaporeon. Look at that. We got a Vaporeon. Nice. There you go, guys. That's how you make Eevee into whatever mon you want. Well, whatever Vaporeon evolution you want. Alright, now there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys before we end this video on all the tips that I can think of. Let's say you have abundance of materials. Let's say you have all of this, like me. It's just crazy. You don't know what to do with it. We're just gonna throw some stuff in here. We'll just throw some stuff in here, you know, and we'll start cooking and be like, alright, well, I really want all of those mons right now. I don't really want to wait. I'm shiny farming. I'm looking for specific Pokemon. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. We're gonna fill all these up, and then there's a way you can actually, if you're not worried about time or energy in the game, then this will be very quick, but you will have to wait for your battery refund. Or if you want to just instantly recharge it, you can. But you can actually spam all your boxes. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever, we'll make a bronze. That's fine. That's fine. But you just put them all in here, and let's say you're like, all right, well, I'm just shiny farming. I want these right now. I want them right this second. We're gonna go to Expedition. It doesn't matter what map you go to. You can go any map in the world. We'll just throw on over here. Go to the boss one. You're like, all right, well, now what are you doing? You're going into a mission. It's gonna take forever. No, we're just gonna go. We're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna pause it, and then we're just gonna give up. We're gonna give up. And that does waste your battery life. It does. Which is a downside. I don't use it much often. But if you're a person that really just doesn't care about the battery life and you just want the Mons, you can just keep doing it, wasting the battery, and then leaving. And as soon as you do that, all your pots still add up as if you actually did the mission. So if you're fast enough, you can get in, get out, get in, get out. It's a lot slower for me right now, especially because I'm not using the touchscreen. But I mean, it's very quick compared to actually doing the mission. If you don't want to do it for some reason, or you are hunting for a shiny Abra, or something simple like that. The only reason I'm going through this is just to show you that it works. And we'll just exit and exit. It's gonna take us 5 tries. That's our 3rd one. We're gonna go in here again, hit it again. Exit again. This is our 4th. Should mean 1 more for all of them to be done. And we'll open them just to show you what we get. Even though I don't think it'll be anything special. It's just a bunch of random stuff. 2 of our pots are done right now. Finish the last one. Alright, that should be our last right there. And then all of our pots are done. That was just way less time than actually going through the missions 5 times. If you were just high on energy and high on materials and you were just like, alright, time to make us a pot. Oh, look at that, we got a Mulligan. Isn't that surprising with all those random materials? What was that, Jigglypuff? Maybe? I don't know. Yep, Jigglypuff. Right by Moltres. Alright. So there you go, guys. That's your easy way to farm shinies if you really want to do it quicker and don't care about PM points or energy. Just the best way to do it. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. This will be the last time you probably see us on Pokemon Quest, and if for some reason you want us to do something else, leave the comments down below, but I don't think there's much else we can do. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope these tips helped. I'll try to leave some timestamps down at the bottom for the pots, the Eevee Evolutions, and all of that. But that's going to be it for today, and I'll see you guys later. We'll be right back.